Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So a lot of things coming for the STI. I just ordered a bunch of new parts. I'm really excited for everything to come in. A lot of this stuff that is coming in is going to be driver mods, things that's going to enhance the overall driving experience. As you guys know, those are my favorite kind of mods. Doing driver mod type of modifications that just overall enhances the experience are my favorite, even though you can't see them, but you can feel them. And it's just one of those things that I love doing. So I have a bunch of those driver enhancing modifications coming. They should be in next week. So there's going to be a lot of install videos, a lot of instructional how-tos, that kind of stuff, and obviously reviews and what I think of all those new modifications in the near future. So I'm really looking forward to that, getting everything installed and showing you guys all those new mods. Also, the weather is cooling down, so it is really nice. It's about 67, 68 degrees right now. In the morning, it's in the 50s, which is amazing. I have not had a chance to drive this car with the new power in the cooler weather. Since I got the new turbo and the external wastegate and all that, I got that done at the beginning of summer, so I'd really get a chance to experience the new power levels and just everything about this car, how it sits right now in the cooler months. So I'm really looking forward to driving it in the fall once the weather really starts to cool down. So really looking forward to that. Going to be a lot of driving videos and everything, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're actually going to be talking about in this video is something that I literally get probably 2 to 3 times a day. Anytime that I post any type of driving videos, any type of interior picture or video or anything like that, people always ask me, what is my gauge setup? Now in these cars, there's a ton of different options to be able to run gauges in all different parts of the car. And for me, I really don't like what most people go with. I went with something a little bit simpler, a little bit cleaner in my eyes, just because I want it to look as OEM as possible. And I always felt that all the options out there, or most of the options that people go with, look a little too aftermarket, look a little too kind of in your face, too much. And you know, for the style of build that I like to do, I like to keep it, as you guys know, clean and simple. So let's go ahead, let's hop in the car, let's check out the gauge setup, and I'll give you all the details. All right, so we are in the interior, obviously, but what most people do when they add gauges to cars is they do it on the pillar up here. There's the cluster gauge pod that you can do as well, that a lot of people do. On the older generations, people do them up here. They do have one for this generation, but I'm not a big fan of it. It looks a little bulky and ugly. But what I chose, as you guys have probably seen, is down here. So what we are looking at is the SubiSpeed Cubby Gauge Pod. It's super simple looking, very, very clean, and it's a very, very OEM looking setup. I wanted something that was going to kind of tie in with my interior, not be too much, and still be accessible. You know, I don't want to put it in the glove box. Some people have done that in the past as well, but I want to be able to monitor this stuff. It's very, very important. If you are adding gauges, what you're actually going to be monitoring obviously is important. So you want to have access and have eyes on these gauges at all times, just to monitor everything, make sure everything is okay. But yes, as you can see, this is the SubiSpeed Cubby Gauge Pod. It's very, very, very reasonable. I think it's only like 50 bucks or so for this. It's just a piece of metal, so it's very high quality actually, but it's bent in an L shape. And it's also double-sided taped and screwed into the bottom of the dash here, so it's not going anywhere. You do still have access to your cubby down here, so if you want to put your wallet, your phone, or whatever, you still have access here, which is really nice because a lot of people obviously use this cubby to throw their things in, their, you know, the keys and wallet, as I mentioned, and what have you. You still have access to the 12 volt over here. I'm touching it right now, it's kind of hard to see, but you do have access to that. So if you use a phone charger or a radar or something, you can still plug that in and kind of snake it out here, so you don't lose complete access of this cubby. I know it's very, very helpful for people that have these cars. They like this cubby here, so it doesn't lose the functionality of it. Obviously you're limited to what you can put in there in terms of the size, but overall I think it's fantastic. I love the way it looks. It ties in very, very nicely. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Alcantara, so I have been thinking about getting this piece wrapped as well, although it's going to be a little bit more involved since I would have to take this whole thing out, unscrew it, send it out, and all that. So maybe we'll do that in the future, but for now I'm okay with the black finish, which is actually fairly nice. You know, it's not just some dull black finish. It's kind of like a wrinkled black, which is really nice, flows really well with the interior, and I'm a big fan of it. Now, my only gripe with this is I wish it was centered more. I either wish it was centered or they were able to add a third one. I'm not really sure why they kind of offset it. My guess is so it's a little bit more driver focused, so it's kind of angled and, you know, towards the driver, obviously. But overall, just my OCD and, you know, keeping things as symmetrical as possible. It would have been nice if they centered it a little bit just to keep things symmetrical and in uniform, but that's just my only gripe with the thing. Otherwise, it would have been really cool if they added, or they were able to add another gauge, or they had the option to add a third hole here to add another gauge, but I'm not sure how much space there would be, because, you know, moving everything over would kind of been crammed, but that is obviously another option that they could do in the future maybe, so who knows. These right here are the Revel USA VLS gauges. Absolutely love them. They're digital, super nice, very, very easy to read, extremely accurate, and they're high quality, and they last a long time. Anybody that is running these or has run these in the past has had no issues. I've never heard a bad thing about these, so I'm really happy I decided to go with them. The reason why I didn't go with AEM or another brand is I heard that AEM in particular, people have issues with them. They end up failing down the road, and I've heard a lot of good things about these. Now, as to what gauges I am running, this one over here, as you can see on the bottom, is the wideband, and this one over here is oil pressure. The only other gauge that I wish, or I plan on doing in the future, is an oil temp gauge. The WRX is the FA20s. The oil temp gauge actually has it up in the MFD here. The STIs do not have an oil temp sensor, so we do not have that, unfortunately. I don't know why they didn't put this in this car. It is very, very important information that you need to monitor. But either way, I definitely plan on adding that in the future. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, so that's why I was mentioning I wish they had a third hole option in these this cubby gauge pod, so I can add the oil temperature gauge here. But I'll have to figure something else out of where to put that gauge in the future. But for now, just the wideband and the oil pressure. So let me go ahead, turn them on, show you what they look like, just so you guys can get an idea. All right, so the car is off. I just have it in an accessory mode so you can see it lit up. They're very, very visible in the daytime, so even though that they're LED and you know, at digital or anything, you can still see them very clearly, even in direct sunlight. Super, super nice gauges. Once the oil pressure, you know, starts working and the car is on, it lights up blue. So it's really cool, especially at night. It has a nice little accent to the whole interior lighting and everything. So it's a super clean, nice setup. Very, very nice. I'm very happy I decided to go with this. I think the gauge cluster up here and the gauge pod on the A-pillar is just a little too much. It does look cool. You know, if you want to go for that, there's nothing wrong with it. But I do have my A-pillars wrapped in Alcantara, and also the cluster gauge pod one that you can get. My guy that does the Alcantara wraps, as you can see, I have it wrapped in Alcantara as well. To be able to wrap the one with the gauge pod is very, very, very hard. So that option was completely out for me, since I prefer the Alcantara gauge cluster. Even though it's a minor detail, it's one of those things that I have to have in the car. I just think it looks that much better. Yeah, guys, so there you go. A super simple gauge setup. If you want to run something simple like me, just 2 gauges, definitely recommend the SubiSpeed gauge pod, as well as the Revel USA VLS gauges. Obviously, if you're running more gauges and you need to put them in a different spot, there's other options. There's also the vent pod up there where the access port is. You can get one to go there as well. So a lot of different options that you can choose and put them all over the car if you want. But for me, I wanted to keep it super clean and simple. I didn't want gauges being shown when I'm parking the car and everything like that. So having it down here nice and discreet is the way that I prefer it. All right, guys, so that is all I got for you for this one. Super simple video, but I wanted to go over it since I do get this question very, very often. So I figured I would go over it in a video, explain everything in detail, and just exactly what gauge setup and gauge pod that I'm running, since a lot of people are always interested in my setup. So there you go. There's all the details. I will link everything below in the description if you guys are interested in running the exact same setup as I am. All you gotta do is click the links below and you can pick everything up yourself. But that is it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all about the car, the gauge setup, or anything else at all, be sure to ask them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.